பங்கேற்பாளர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் சுதாகர் பிச்சைமுத்து, AEH சயின்டிபிக் ஃபவுண்டேஷன் சார்பாக உங்கள் அனைவரையும் இந்த கருத்தரங்கிற்கு வருக என்று வரவேற்கிறேன். அடுத்ததாக முனைவர் ஆண்ட்ரூ கிப்பன்ஸ், இவர் JSPPS ஃபெலோவாக பணிபுரிகிறார். இவர் எளிமையான முறையில் முகக்கவசம் தயார் செய்வது எப்படி என்று நமக்கு விளக்க உள்ளார். So next, I would like to call Professor Kalpana to introduce the next speaker, please.
நன்றி டாக்டர் சுதாகர். அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Happy morning to one and all present here. Once again, I welcome Dr. Andrew for joining us in the session. Dr. Andrew Gibbons was born and brought up in Dublin, Ireland. In 2013, Andrew received his Bachelor of Arts degree in Cambridge University in the United Kingdom. Later, he graduated with honors his master's degree in physics at Cambridge University. Later, he relocated to Kyoto, Japan, where he received his doctorate in physics from Kyoto University. So he specialized in nanostructures and their applications, and also is particularly interested in structures which generate optical properties. So his secondary area of expertise is computer science and programming, and is currently JSPS fellow at Kyoto University, where he is researching microfluidic polymer fluids, and recently Dr. Andrew and his team members have created a polymer films that changes color when hard cells beat on its surface, providing a novel method of monitoring the cells. And also the Dr. Andrew and his collaborators have developed a design of OOYOO, and all might be knowing, which is a low-pass face mask that effectively protects against COVID spread. You know that alone brought a lot of attention from students and from all over the world. During the session, Dr. Andrew will demonstrate how to make our own face mask. And once again, I welcome you, sir. We welcome you on behalf of ANEH Scientific Foundations. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Hello, I hope my microphone's working. Hope you can hear. Vanakam, Payer Andrew. My name's Andrew. So thank you for the introduction. As I said, I postdoc JSPS fellow at Kyoto University. And while my main research is on polymer films, I have been working on a collaboration with OOYOO on making the OOYOO Face, which is a low-cost face shield. Just a bit of background on our group research. So I'm a member of the Curiosity Laboratory at ICEMS at Kyoto University. The current head of the group is Professor Isan Sivanaya. The main research of our group is membranes for water cleaning and gas cleaning, so separating gases and cleaning water. We also do research on polymer thin films and nanoporous materials. So that's my area. So my specific research is on a phenomenon called organized microfibrillation, which, like the way a beetle shell makes color, our layered structure also makes color. And so we're using this to do high resolution printing. And my current work is on making microfluidic devices using this material or this process. But last year, our group had a spin-out company called OOYOO with the purpose of commercializing and kind of pushing our research further to some more more for application and to get our research out into the world. So the main goal for OOYOO is to make technology for cleaning the air and mainly air cleaning technology and like CO2 capture. But some of our we've also had some side projects, particularly in this last year, where our activity has been limited due to the pandemic. And some of the side projects have been helping some organizations make different membranes, replacement membranes. And the one I've been working on is the OOYOO Face. Now, the goal of the OOYOO Face project was to make a low-cost face shield. We started this mid last year when the university was under partial shutdown, so there wasn't much research we could be doing. So we decided to put some of our effort to, making, how can we make some of the things that seem to be missing when things like face shields were low in supply and we couldn't get access to them. So this is just a short introduction video. I hope the audio level is okay on this. So that's just a brief introduction into what the OOYOO Face idea is. It's just it's a way of making it, how you can make a face shield with easily accessible materials. So the way we did it is we tried to make as simple design as possible. So we made a simple template that you can download from the website. And then anyone can just take this template and then with a clear plastic sheet, can make their own face shield. Now, we tried to make this as easy to make as possible. So all you need is a clear plastic sheet, some elastic cord or shoelace, possibly some scissors and a hole punch. And that's basically all the materials that you need to make this. So as shown here, this is just all you need to make it is on the table there. And we had some specific goals in mind for making this face shield. So one was to make it low cost. So just a clear plastic sheet. For example, the overhead projector sheets are ideal. They have they're pretty good, A4 sized. And we wanted to make it with accessible materials. So we think that this minimal materials are something that anyone around the world can access as much as possible. So we can take this idea and present it to as many places as possible, introduce it to people who maybe don't have the resources to get to make to get their own manufacturing or can't get access to other materials or having a lack of access to materials. We want to make it reusable, so that you can make it once and you could just clean it. And so we're using plastics that are we recommend using plastics such as PET, which are easy to wash and are chemically resistant to soaps and sterilizing chemicals. And in this same idea, we also want to make the face shield with recyclable materials, because we know that with all we don't want to be contributing to the environmental problem as much as possible. So we know that, for example, the face masks are to be disposable, and I don't know how many face masks are being used every day, surgical masks. So we wanted to make this at least something that you could reuse, and we recommend using materials that you can recycle at the end. So for example, we recommend using unmodified PET. And we've made kits and packages to send to different schools, and we've sourced just regular PET materials for them to use, and that can be locally recycled. One kind of objective of this activity was something that we could introduce to schools or to child care centers as an activity for children to do, because we think that this kind of craft activity is something that engages children. And it might make them more aware and more excited about, keeping themselves safe and, making a face shield. It's a face shield that they make themselves, and we encourage them to decorate them so they can stick stickers and, draw their own designs on it. So as much as possible, we've been trying to make this a fun activity for children. So we designed the OOYOO Face, but then we've been just releasing the design for free. So we're not, so it's basically a free to use design that anyone can download and make themselves. Something we've been trying to do along with this whole project is, as we're speaking to people from different countries, is we want to see if they can produce them locally as a way to support local manufacturing. So we're speaking to charities about getting funds that then we can give to local manufacturers, and then they can make the OOYOO Face for their local community. So we've been doing the OOYOO Face for around a year now, and we've been working with people in countries around the world. So, for example, in Japan, we arranged some events with a childcare center in Kyoto. So we went to this childcare center and we showed them how to make the OOYOO Face, and we made instructions in Japanese for the children. And so, as you can see in this video, we show them how to make them, and they're working as a group activity to make the face shield. So I have a bunch of videos. I'm going to skip through most of the rest because they're all kind of similar. So that you can see the idea there is we show as an activity for children. We brought stickers for them to stick to their OOYOO Face and make it their own. We did in Kyoto. And then in Indonesia, we knew someone who brought it to their school and also showed it to their friends. So people have been making the OOYOO Face and sending us videos, and we can redistribute them. So we've been trying to make this kind of a community kind of activity for people to do. So our friend in Indonesia also brought it to his local school and arranged some classes on how to make a face shield there. So we thank him for doing that for us. And then in Thailand, we arranged an event with a Vistec, which is one of the scientific institutes in Thailand, and they arranged an event with the local energy company to make the OOYOO Face at a local primary school. And this is one of our first events, and is here where we found that the children that the children found it quite engaging if they were giving things like markers and stickers to customize their own face shield. This is one of our early events. And then one of our major collaborations has been with the Cowrie Network. So the Cowrie Network is a network headquartered in France, but that organizes aid projects for places in Africa. And we arranged with them to make 10,000 OOYOO Face shields and to send it to the Cowrie Network, and they are distributing them to countries in Africa. So this has been one of our major collaborations with the OOYOO Face. And so, for example, they distributed first batch to Ghana, and here's some pictures of that. They worked with the NSESA Foundation to arrange, which is a local foundation in Ghana. They also arranged some events in France. So they went to some schools in France to show the children how to make the OOYOO face shield. And we also arranged a school in Nepal. So we sent some OOYOO Face kits to Jubilant School in Nepal. And then I held a workshop with the teachers over Zoom to show them how to make it. And then they in turn showed the children how to make them. Also been doing some work. We've been doing some work in India as well. And I'll just skip through, but we were like, got some news coverage, which was nice, but showed how to make the OOYOO Face. And we've been holding we were holding regular workshops in collaboration with the District Science Center and Monomanium Sundranar University. Sorry if I can't pronounce that correctly. But we held weekly Zoom workshops for students, university students, and we showed them how to make the face shield, and we kind of gave presentations similar to this. So I don't know, hope I showed that we've been doing this for a while, and we do getting a lot of good collaborations with people around the world. So I'm just trying to skip through. So our overall goal for the OOYOO Face is to get it to places with low people, to people who don't have a lot of resources for getting their own personal protection equipment. So places like migrant camps, places with high population densities, and then just in general, because it's a handcrafted activity, just children around the world in general. And we've been trying to get involved with making partnerships with different companies for funding this activity. And we're trying to work with education institutions and organizations in different locations to get this, to actually implement the teaching for children. Now, so I can finish this with a video on actually how to make the OOYOO Face. I do have one here, but it's probably easier for me to show in a video because we got a very nice video from someone on how to actually make it. So I'll play this now, and it's around, it's a little over a minute.
Let's take a permanent marker and a 30cm ruler, and from the left corner, let's draw an approximately 9cm line. Let's do the same thing, the right corner as well. Once we've done that, let's draw another line that connects the diagonal to the top. It should form a triangle. Then on the lines we've drawn, let's crease them. And let's fold those creases into triangles on the top. And once you're done with that, that will form the basic mask outline. Let's punch holes on the 3 corners of the triangle on both sides. And let's pass the shoelace through the top holes. Bring it through the second hole that's on the left, and through the third hole on the right. Repeat the same thing for the left side as well. Now once that's done, let's readjust the shoelace and make sure it's a bit tight. And then let's make a bow knot, and the OOYOO face mask is done.
Okay, so that's the video on how to make it. An extra step you can do is to add a little bit of soap film to help reduce condensation from breathing. You can just use some dish soap. Basically the end of my presentation. Thank you everyone for listening. Nanri. So I don't know if you have any other questions. I guess I'll be hanging around, and you can ask them now or in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andrew. பங்கேற்பாளர்கள் ஓரிரண்டு வினாக்கள் கேட்கலாம். கேள்விகளை தமிழ், ஆங்கிலம் இரண்டிலும் கேட்கலாம். ஒருவேளை தமிழ் கேட்கப்பட்டால் நாங்கள் மொழிபெயர்த்து அவரிடம் கொண்டு செல்வோம். முனைவர் ஆண்ட்ரூ அவர்களுடைய இந்த காணொலி மற்றும் அவருடைய பிரசன்டேஷன் வந்து நீங்க என்ன கத்துக்கணும்னு நான் சொல்றேன்னா, ஒரு முகக்கவசம் பண்றதுக்கு வந்துட்டு நம்மளால வந்து ரொம்ப எக்ஸ்பென்சிவா ரொம்ப பணம் கொடுத்து தான் வாங்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. நம்ம வீட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய பழைய பொருட்கள், அதாவது பயன்படுத்தப்பட்ட பாலித்தீன் ஷீட்டுகள், ஷூ லேஸ், இதெல்லாம் வச்சு கூட வந்து ரொம்ப எளிமையான முறையில ஒரு திறனான முறையில தடுக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு கொரோனா கவசத்தை நம்மளால முகக்கவசத்தை தயாரிக்க முடியும். இன்னொன்று பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, அவருடைய ஆண்ட்ரோவுடைய பல ஸ்லைட்ஸ்ல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, பள்ளிகள்ல மெயினா வந்துட்டு ஜப்பான்லையும் சரி பிற நாடுகளையும் இந்த எளிய செயல்முறையை கொண்டு போறாங்க. ஸோ ஒரு அறிவியல் அடிப்படை சார்ந்த ஒரு சின்ன சின்ன செயல்முறைகள் எப்படி வந்து பள்ளி குழந்தைகள் வழியாக அவங்க குடும்பத்துக்கு போகுங்கிறது தான் இந்த ஒட்டுமொத்த இதனுடைய ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் வழியாக நான் பார்க்குறேன். ஸோ ஒருவேளை நீங்க உங்களுடைய பகுதிகளில் இந்த மாதிரி பள்ளிகளில் வந்து டாக்டர் ஆண்ட்ரூவோட கியோட்டோ பல்கலைக்கழகத்தினுடைய ப்ரொஃபசர் கணேஷ் அவங்க குழுவோட சேர்ந்து இந்த மாதிரி அவுட்ரீச்சிங் ஒர்க் ஏதாவது பண்ணனாலும் ப்ளீஸ் கான்டாக்ட் ப்ரொஃபசர் கணேஷ் அண்ட் டாக்டர் ஆண்ட்ரூ. நீங்க OOYOO அப்படின்னு நீங்க கூகுள் டைப் பண்ணாலே இவருடைய அந்த இணையதளம் வரும். நீங்க அது வழியாகவும் அவரை கான்டாக்ட் பண்ணலாம். He's happy to conduct outreaching programs around the world. So please join us, Andrew, and let them congratulate Dr. Andrew again on behalf of the Scientific Foundation. Yes, please. Yeah.
There are two or three questions in chat box. Can you pause it?
Okay. Yeah, I can read a couple of them. So one of them here is compared all other masks, how control effective for coronavirus. So this is a good question. Surgical masks are better than face shields in general. So if you have surgical mask access, I'd use that. The purpose of face shield is one to prevent like splashes from like talking, like droplets for when people are talking. So we did some tests with a researcher in KO University who was able to demonstrate that the face shield can block droplets more effectively than, for example, a cloth mask, which would be maybe a homemade, not a surgical mask, but maybe a homemade mask you made yourself. So we would say it's more effective by itself than a cloth mask, but I would still recommend wearing a surgical mask in addition. So that, I hope that's answers that question. Someone asked for the YouTube link. I'll paste the YouTube link in the chat when I stop sharing my screen. How long the mask can be used. So we haven't had a chance to test the very long longevity of the mask, but it's PET, so it should depend on your material. So for example, PET is the one that we're using a lot. PET is quite chemically resistant and can be sterilized and cleaned quite easily without being damaged. So I'd say it can be used for quite a while. I mean, I'd say that the material itself will start to maybe go cloudy and unclear over time if you're constantly like scrubbing it. So I'd say that that's the main factor for the longevity. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, thank you so much, Andrew. Thanks for your nice explanation. And again, I would like to mention the website www.ooyo.co.jp. So please visit his website, and you can see his demonstration. And also Professor Ganesh as well as Dr. Andrew, they are very happy to conducting the outreaching program in your region. So please contact them and support them for a good noble cause. So thank you so much, Andrew, for joining us. So
thank you.
Nandri.